University. Our expert today is Dr. Jayesh Dodia. He is an associate professor from SVNIT Surat. He completed PhD in mathematics from Veer Narmad South Gujarat University, Surat in 2009 with a lengthy experience of 15.8 years, which includes working at UG and PG level. He has been guiding 13 PhD students and has cleared GPSC examination for mathematics in 2010. His research interest lies in operation research, mathematical modeling and simulation, computing, knowledge management, and image mining. He will talk us through the multi-objective optimization mathematical model and solution technique and how can one convert real-world problems into it. Jay sir,
Yes.
you can start now.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Welcome here.
Thank you. My screen is visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
It's fine.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am going to talk about multi-objective optimization, mathematical model, and solution using simulation technique. Many one of you are familiar with simulation and mathematical model too. Few of you are also familiar with multi-objective optimization. Okay, but here I have tried to connect multi-objective optimization mathematical model and the solution by simulation technique. Simulation technique. So at initial stage, we just try to understand what exactly the meaning of the word. When we talk about multi-objective, then what does it mean? When we talk about optimization, then what does it mean? When we talk about mathematical model, then what does it mean? And solution using simulation technique. So what is the exact meaning of simulation? So objective, I think all of you are familiar with the word objective. Sometimes we are having a fixed goal in our life, fixed objective. Our objective is fixed. We want to achieve this objective. But in this particular lecture, we are going to talk about multi-objectives. We want to achieve not only a single objective, but we want to achieve more than one objective at the same time. Then such kind of problem here we just try to consider. And again, it is an optimum way. It is in optimum way. To achieve one objective, there may be a more than one mode, or there are more than one way to reach from one object to achieve the objective. Out of them, which one is optimal? And again, our target is to construct the mathematical model of it. In real world phenomena, several such kind of problems are there that can be tried to convert in form of mathematics. And then we think about its solutions. Then we think about its solutions. Okay. So this is just basic understanding about the title. Okay. The talk outline that contained what exactly the real world problem is, difference between mathematical model and simulation model, simulation modeling, multi-objective optimization problem, application of simulation, and conclusion. In particular, this talk, I'm just trying to include some research part, but lecture is useful in your day-to-day teaching too. You can give such kind of illustration to the students So they may benefited, or their direction may be changed, or they just try to research oriented. They become a research oriented. Such kind of lecture that I have prepared for you. Okay. So this is a very, very important question in each and every, you can say, day-to-day life. Even when we just try to understand any concept, then these are the very important question. First question is what it is, and second question is why it is. When we are going to talk about solution of multi-objective optimization problems, or multi-objective optimization problems and their solution, then these two questions are essential. That is, what exactly the concept is, and second, why we learn about this concept. Is there any utility of this concept in real world phenomena or not? Sorry. When you concentrate on these two questions will give you knowledge and understanding too. Understand, when you discuss these two questions to anyone, then these two questions will give you knowledge as well as thorough understanding of the problems, or thorough understanding of the concept, what exactly the concept is and why we are talking about the concept. Okay. So similar at here, we are just starting with a mathematical model and simulation. Then the several questions arise. What is mathematical model and why mathematical model? What is simulation model and why simulation model? So we just start with the one by one. First, we just try to understand what exactly the mathematical model is and what exactly the simulation model is. And then we just try to move on multi-objective optimization problems and their formulation in form of mathematics. Okay. So first we just try to think about what is mathematical model. So many one of you are familiar with this diagram. It is a process. Mathematical model is a process that convert this real world problem in form of mathematics. Okay. But this is a very, very crucial stage. When you convert any real world problem in form of mathematics, then it is a very crucial stage. It is very difficult. Okay. How it is difficult, that we discuss later. But first we just try to understand this process. Real world problem can be converted in form of mathematics. Once you convert in form of mathematics, then there is a chance, or there is a means we just try to find its solution. That is by analytical way or a numerical way or by applying simulation technique at here. But we'll get solution. Once we get the solution, then this is the solution in form of mathematics. This is the solution in form of mathematics. We just try to interpret the solution in real world phenomena again. So at here we can say there are two type of things. Once we just try to check whatever mathematical solution we achieve, it is mathematically correct or not. If it is mathematical correct, then again we just try to interpret with the real world phenomena. In real world phenomena it is correct or not. If it is correct, then we stop the process. Our model is satisfactory and we stop the modeling process. If result is not satisfactory or model is unsatisfactory, that means there are some problems. Problem may be whatever our conversation from real world phenomena to mathematical model problem, there is some problem in this part, or whatever solution technique we apply, there is some problem in particular this part. Either this formulation, there is a problem in mathematical formulation, or there is a problem in, you can say, solution technique. both the part that we'll have to consider. Maximum number of time, you can say 90 percentage. When you formulate the mathematical model, then 90 percentage there is a problem at here in formulation of, or in mathematical, how you can convert the problem in form of mathematics. Okay, so within 5 to 10 minutes we just try to understand the basic term. First question is a real world problem. So again, our two questions are there. First one is, what is a real world problem and why real world problem? What exactly the real world problem is and why we are talking about real world problems. So we just try to consider one real world problem so you can understand the situation. Today we are having COVID-19 situation. This is a situation. Okay. But time being, you can say it is a real world problem too. How we can sort out this problem? Government policy or government can try, even people can try, but still we are not finding the or exact outcomes, solution of these problems. Okay. Before I'm just starting with the real world problem, I'm just trying to give you what is problem. First we try to understand the problem and then we think about real world problems. So what is problem? When we think about problem, so for that I'm giving you one simple example. Suppose I want to reach from Surat to Delhi. I want to start my journey from Surat and I want to reach at Delhi. Then there are multiple ways. To reach at Delhi from Surat. But suppose there are only one way, and that one way we have to adapt. Then this is not a problem. This is just a situation, and that situation will have to handle. That situation we people will have to handle. In which way we can, that is up to you, or that is up to me if I travel. But if there are multiple ways to reach from Surat to Delhi, then this situation is again, it is not a problem. It is a situation again. Because you have to select any one mode, that whatever you like, and try to reach at Delhi. Nobody can stop you. You're having all your life. Okay. But someone say, try to reach at Delhi to or Surat to Delhi within 10 minutes. So in situation, you added a constraint. In some situation, you added some constraints. So situation become a problem. Did this situation become a problem? Otherwise, situation cannot be a problem. But some restriction is added with the situation. Okay, within this minute, you have to complete this work. Or you can say some other type of constraints. Within 50 rupees, you have to complete this work. Okay. Such kind of constraints are added with the problem, then with the situation, then situation become a problem. Okay. So I hope all of you understand what exactly the problem is. Suppose you want to complete your PhD and you just begin your journey with the MSc. Someone say within 3 months complete your PhD, then this situation become a problem. Otherwise, there is no restriction for you, then you having your whole life. In your whole life, if you want PhD, then you can complete, otherwise no problem for that. It is like that. So COVID-19 situation, why it become a problem? Because there is a constraint is added. Within 1 month or within 2 months or within as early as possible, we want its solution. We want vaccine. That's why. Otherwise, this situation is not a problem. If you refer the history of a pandemic situation, then you can get an idea. When malaria is there or when TB is there, both the disease, several people are died. And after 15 or 20 years, thereafter within 15 to 20 years range, means that much of time they'll take to find the complete vaccine. Or such kind of time duration they will take. And that's why today we are not that much of the particular disease where TB or you can say malaria is not that much of affected to us. Okay. But as far as this COVID-19 situation is concerned, we are facing a problem still. So it is again still a real world problem. I hope all of you understand this term, because simulation again done with the deal with the same real world problems. Okay. Then question arises that how we can convert in form of mathematics. How we can convert in the form of mathematics. That depends on you. That depends on your knowledge. If you are dealing with the agricultural problem, and if you're having not that much of knowledge of agriculture, you cannot convert the problem of agriculture in form of mathematics. Keep in your mind. If you are dealing with education and there is some problems of education, you people having knowledge of education, okay, so you can convert this problem in form of mathematics easily. Otherwise, when you deal with any other industrial problem or any other field problems, okay, then first knowledge of this field is required. Knowledge of this field is required. Then and then you can convert this real world problem in form of mathematics. Otherwise, not. Okay. Suppose I am just trying to give you one example. Agricultural problem, suppose we consider. My objective is very simple. I want to give optimum cropping pattern to farmer before crop can grow. Before crop can grow. I want to give optimum cropping pattern for farmer before crop can grow. So you people having not that much of knowledge of agriculture. So it is necessary for you to understand what is this optimum cropping pattern first. Optimum cropping pattern is a word, such kind of word in which we can say farmer can get an idea about their production of a crop in their farm before crop can grow in minimum cost and maximum profit. If we can find such kind of pattern for the farmer before crop can grow, they can get an idea. Obviously, in our country, more than 60% of people, those who are connected to the farming community, it is benefited to them. So it is a real world problem. It is a real world problem. But how we can convert this problem in form of mathematics? Okay. So for that, you have to start your study with a particular region. Because soil wise crop production are different. Soil to soil, the crop production is different. So you have to start your study with some particular region, particular soil, okay, on only with one farmer, and you have to collect several data. And from that you have to design your model. For example, we can say mathematical notation, production that you define with a capital P. So production is a function of water and fertilizer and pesticides and all. Okay. Even crop management technique too. So all this knowledge are required. All this knowledge is required there. Okay. Even we think about this COVID-19 situation, then we can say, okay, there is one group, those who are affected. There is one group, those who are susceptibles. Okay. Affected people try to convert susceptibles in form of again infected or infected form. So susceptibles are decrease, infected peoples are increase. Okay, again using some treatment, infected are again converted in form of susceptibles. Okay, again there is one group of people, those who are removed from the earth, from the world, because of this So several kind of group are there. One is susceptibles, one is infected, one is removed. On what way removed people, infected people are converted in form of susceptibles? On what way susceptibles people are converted in form of infected people? In what or you can say at what rate infected people are removed from the earth, like that. In this way, when you think and this rate you find it out, then obviously you can convert this COVID-19 situation problem again in form of mathematical model or mathematical problem. So I hope with these two example, all of you are clear about how we can convert or which are the things that at which we have to concentrate to convert the real world problem in form of mathematics. Now question arises that when you convert the real world problem in form of mathematics, you cannot say it is in form of differential equation only. It may be in any form. Sometime it may be in form of differential equation. Sometime it is in form of, you can say, graph theory based problem too, discrete mathematics too. Sometime it is converted in form of optimization problem too. That means operation research based problem too. You can convert, when you convert in form of mathematics, that doesn't mean that it is differential equation. You can convert, one form may be ordinary differential equation, one form may be partial differential equation, but there are other several form too. Okay, sometime it is in form of only algebraic equation too. Suppose we are interested in demand only at here. We are interested in demand of particular commodity. So here we will get only algebraic equation too. And from data you can, if past data that is in your hand, then by using this linear regression and multiple linear regression, you can find the function that is in form of mathematics. And then you can analyze by at which time it is maxima or at which type it is minima, like that. It is in form of differential equation. You can apply several techniques. If it is ordinary differential equation, you can apply your ordinary technique. If it is like complex, then nowadays we are having several other techniques like Adamant decomposition method, differential transform methods. These are the analytical technique that you can utilize for find a solution of ordinary differential equation based problems. But if it is in partial differential equation form, then again you have to apply some other technique. Okay. This Adamant decomposition and differential transform methods is there for find out the solution. But not only that, sometimes when differential PD is complex, you can apply your numerical method too, like finite difference, finite elements, finite volume. These are the techniques available today. The people are working with it. But if all these techniques are fail and if you people are unable to find a solution of the problem, then simulation will work. That we discuss later. Okay. Here I'm just discussing about ordinary and partial differential equation, but in optimization, you can apply several other techniques with big M and simplex and all this method. All of you are familiar. But nowadays, fuzzy programming technique and genetic algorithm and J algorithm, particle swarm optimization, several kind of things are there. NSGA is also there. People nowadays, they are working on it. Okay, so what kind of problem your mathematical formulation is there? Accordingly, you can convert in form of mathematics. You can find a mathematical solution and then interpret with the real world phenomena again. If your solution is correct, then you can say it is okay. If it is not correct, that means there is some problem in your formulation, as well as you can say sometime it is in form of technique too. In technique also there is a problem. Okay, so question arises that how we can identify the real world problems. How you can identify real world problem? Okay, from real world phenomena. Before, I think 3 or 4 years back, I have visited your university, and at that time I have discussed one problem. That is real world, and deal with how we can predict the behavior of a person. If a video is there, and if you want to identify the behavior of the person, we can easily identify, because as a human, we are having some sense, and we can easily identify the problems. Okay, but suppose as a video, as a computer or as a machine can identify the expression of the person or not. Okay, this is the main question. Or the particular our software that can analyze the video or not, and after analysis of video, software will give us, okay, yes, in particular this video 90 percentage time it is people are anger, or 30 percentage time people are happy in this video. Okay, so we have one of my student have targeted this problem. Our target is our objective is different, but initial stage we just try to find it out the expression from this video is a image sequence. Video is nothing but ultimately image sequence, and we know each and every image is nothing but you can say it is a digital matrix. And we know the for a matrix we can find its a characteristic equation and eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So for particular one image we can find eigenvalue and eigenvector, and from that we decide its characteristics. So when we run the video at that time, ultimately it is a you can say we run the sequence of images, and from that we just try to get the information. In particular, our case, our objective is to develop a such kind of software for people, those who are mentally challengers, or they're having some problems. Mentally, they're having some problems. We just try to know, okay, when doctor applies some treatment on a particular person, then that effect of treatment, because of this treatment there is some change in their behavior or not. That is our target, but still we have not achieved this because it is too complicated, but we are trying our best from our side. But this problem is open for you people to keep in your mind. If you want to work with this problem, that it is a very good problem, and you can work with it. Okay, one of my students have at initial stage find out the expression, and I'm just trying to show you. This is the might be not that much of clarity, but whatever the expression on the face, that we just try to display it on a bar chart. It is very difficult. It will take more than 6 years to create a database and all. But at the end, we have identified 7 expression, and for that we have utilized Ekman principles. Here, just see the video. I don't think so that much because it is live streaming, so not that much of clarity to you. But at in particular this portion, the person having different expression, and accordingly at here you will get different kind of. It is anger or neutral or sad or joy, like that, and this is the graphical picturization. Okay. So up till now we just try to identify a 7 expression clearly with a 97% of accuracy individually, as well as people, those who are in 7 to 8 people who are in group, and it is maximum 7 to 8 people, then our technique will work. So this is by simulation that we have done. But today one of my students targeting this problem too. Just a minute. Yes, just try to see. It might not be that much of visibility, but we just try to check with the expression. The word is D or like C or like E, I, J. Okay, we just try to recognize this expression, and these are the expression for mute and deaf people. Mute and deaf people. Okay, like J, I, K. So what our target is? Just a minute. Our target is to identify the people, mute and deaf people. They communicate with each other. The people, those are mute and deaf, they are communicate with each other, but we haven't any idea sometime what they are communicating. So our target is to develop such kind of software so we can understand their language, what they are communicated with. They are going to communicate with each other, or when they communicate with us, then we can easily understand their communication. So that is our second target, but still we are at half mode. Hopefully, might be after 2 or 3 years, we'll try to complete this expression too. But when we make such kind of technique for the people, definitely it is useful to them. It is useful for us too. It is a big contribution to this community. Okay, so they can up till now, when you seen such kind of people, or when you have seen such kind of people, then you know that they communicate with each other, but we cannot understand what exactly the communication between these two. Okay, so our next target is to find such kind of problem solution. Okay, so now I think this cycle is clear in your mind. Okay, so mathematical modeling is the process to convert real world problem into mathematical form, find the solution of mathematical form, check the consistency, and find the solution of real world problems. Okay, but question arises that when mathematical model will provide you a solution, then question arises that why we are talking about simulation. What are the utility of simulation? Okay, so that is a big question. So one of the limitation of mathematical model is what? Mathematical model not give you a solution of what if type of questions. Means there is one real world situation is that real world situation we can convert in form of mathematics and we find its solution. Okay, but suppose there is some change in physical mode, or there is some change in a situation, then mathematical model will not give you a situation, will give you a solution of this question, because when physical situation is changed, accordingly you can say mathematical formulation is again changed. Okay, so this is one of the you can say big limitation of mathematical model. Okay, so to avoid to remove this limitation, we utilize the simulation. So this is one of the limitation. Mathematical model will not provide you a solution when what if type of question are there. When situation is changed, again you have to construct the new model for that and again find its solution. Whereas if you have developed a simulation model for real world problem, then simulation model is a process again that deal with the physical mode. Okay, it deal with the physical mode, and you can change only this part, that situation, or that particular portion. So accordingly, there is some there may be some changes in your output. So if your situation is fixed, then it is not necessary to apply your what if, not necessary to apply simulation model. But if the situation is not fixed, it is very time being, then you have to apply simulation model. So answer of this question produced by the simulation model. So what is simulation? Simulation is a process that utilizes either mathematical model or physical model to study the behavior and performance of actual or theoretical system. Okay, So what exactly the things is, basically three types of model are there. One model is conceptual model. That is just a concept that we develop with pen and paper. Second is a physical model. And third one, with physical model, we can develop a mathematical model. For example, if I want to develop a good school, very good school, then first it is a concept. First it is a concept. That concept we have to put. And on pen and paper, we develop a good school. Okay. So this is just a concept. And then we develop our school. That is exactly physical model of the particular conceptual model, that whatever we have developed earlier. And we just try to develop a physical school. And now to increase the performance of the school, we can develop a mathematical model. Okay. But this system is too complex. School, or you can say educational system, is too complex. So mathematical model, you cannot develop at each and every time. Okay. Or some partial mathematical model you can develop for that, because for whole system it is very difficult. So in this case we apply simulation model. Okay. Simulation model. The purpose of a simulation is to study the characteristic of real life, or you can say a system, partial system, fractional system, by manipulating the variable that cannot be controlled in the real system. So whatever the physical system is there, we just try to develop same kind of system in our computer. Okay. And try to play with this system. So what kind of changes in the computer, same kind of changes you can get in real world phenomena or not, that we just try to check. Okay. So simulation model, that is, you can say, artificial model of a real world system or real world problems. It again begin with the real world problems. So why simulation model is needed? A simulation model is needed because of three situations arise in real world phenomena. Otherwise mathematical model is okay. The first situation is problem in which mathematical model can be formulated. For real world problem, you can formulate a mathematical form, but its analytical solution is not possible. When its analytical solution is not possible, it means impossible, or it is complex. It is a complex to find its solution. Then we can say we can applying simulation model. Second situation arises, it is impossible or extremely expensive to observe certain process in the real world. Sometimes it is very difficult. Okay. To observe the certain process in the real world. Then we can apply simulation process. For example, currently COVID-19 situation, one infected people transmitted disease to other. But it is impossible for us to visualize all this. But every day we having one numbers. If these are the number of people infected. So by using some our analysis, or like you can say simulation from the past data and all, we can predict something. So it is like that. In this situation, again, we can apply simulation. Exact mathematical model cannot work. And third one, it is impossible or extremely expensive to validate the mathematical model. Okay, describing this system. Sometime, for example, our country try to develop atomic bomb, but it is expensive. And sometimes it is very difficult to convert such kind of situation in form of mathematics too. Okay. So we just try to develop its same kind of theoretical model, and we just proceed with the computer and try to check the energy like that. What kind of energy generated by the atomic structure or this atom bomb, that we just try to understand with the computer graphics only. Okay. So that is also a simulation model. Okay. So when these three situations arise, then we can say the simulation model is we can apply. Otherwise, mathematical, you must have to start with mathematical model. So what the process is, identify the real world problems, then decision variables and parameter of the real world situation, real world process. Just you keep in your mind the education system. So you having some objective, you want to improve the student performance. That is the problem. Okay, objective is to improve the student performance. So there are several decision variables and parameters and all like that. For example, decision variables, maybe you can say students or teachers. Okay, all those who are involved with the person, those who are involved with the systems. Okay, and our target is to identify, or our target is to find a performance P of the students, and that depends on teacher, non-teaching staff, our materials, several things are there. Okay, so that things that we have to first identify, and then we have to construct the model from the past data. We just try to construct the physical model. In July, students will enter the system, and then we apply this kind of process like that. Several teaching process or any other kind of process, bridge courses and all that we apply. So all these things that we have to create by event base. Event base, one event is like this, second event is like this. In this way, we have to create all the structure from the past data, and we have to create this simulation, and then we have to validate the model too with the past data. Again, we have to validate the model. Validation, that is in two ways, because one is exactly system available in the, you can say, real world phenomena, and second one, that is nothing but you can say you have constructed in a computer, okay, by coding. So it performing the same or not like actual system. Okay, if it performing the same like actual system, then your simulation model is correct. But when you validate the model, sometime what happen, whatever variables parameter that you decide, those all these things are correct, but because of small error, coding error, small coding error, your model will generate a different kind of output. That you have to keep in your mind. Okay. So once you validate the internal validity and external validity both from the past data, you have to run the simulation, and then just check whatever the process that you have done with the computer, that is correct or not. Okay. If it is correct, then you can play with the model. Your model is correct, then you can play with the model. You can change the values of several variables and all these things, and ultimately you can view what is the best from the system and what is the worst from the system. So this will give you a simulation. Simulation cannot give you exact solution. It will give you a range. This is minimum and this is maximum. This is a maximum. Okay, so this is the process. All these things, this internal validity and external validity and all these things that I have mentioned in a slides. Now I am just trying to give you these three cases example. First example, we can generate a mathematical model, but we cannot find its solution, analytical solution. Then we apply simulation technique. Case number one, problem in which mathematical model can be formulated, but analytical solution are either impossible or too complicated. It is impossible or too complicated. Okay. All of you are familiar with the population growth model, and all of you are familiar with the equation too. So I am not that much of interested to discuss the model, but I am directly give you the equation. Situation that we consider at here, by population P depends on birth rate and death rate, and birth rate and death rate. In this situation, our mathematical model is like dp by dt is equal to b minus d into p. dp by dt. All of you are familiar with this model. Okay, but at here you just concentrate. I have considered b of p and d of p. That means I have considered birth rate is not a constant and death rate is not a constant. Birth rate is a function of population and death rate is again a function of population. When birth rate is increase or decrease, okay, accordingly there is some variation in population. So from the past data you can generate this function b of p. birth rate is a function of population. You can collect past data, you can generate this function. Similarly, D of P, death rate. You having past data available on Google, you can generate, but it isn't whenever you generate an algebraic equation of this birth rate of population and death rate of population, that is a polynomial function. That is a polynomial function. So when it is constant, you can easily get the solution. When it is a algebraic equation, then there is a chances it is a linear. Birth rate is a function of population in linear form. Death rate is a function of population in linear form. So we can put like this right here, and we can generate this model too, and we can find its analytical solution easily. But when birth rate of P is a polynomial function and death rate of P is again a polynomial function, then it is in form of polynomial. It is in form of polynomial, and it is difficult to solve by analytical technique. You cannot find analytical solution because it is nth order polynomial, and this is again nth order polynomial. It is difficult to find. So in this case, you can apply simulation, or you can apply numerical technique, RK method and all, Runge-Kutta methods. Okay, all of you are familiar with this part. So in this case, you can say when initial condition is required, so numerical technique will give you a solution easily. Otherwise, we having some other technique too, and that is simulation. What kind of simulation? Sorry. What kind of simulation that will have? We can apply the range of B at here. We can take one. We having range of B and range of D from the past data. So you can put the value of B and one value of B and one value of D, and then find its solution. Then again you can put another value of B and another value of D. You can find a solution. Okay. So you can apply range of B and range of D. Then you will get one situation will give you minimum population, and one situation will give you maximum population. In between, there are number of people are there. Number of people are there. The number of population you can achieve with the value of B and D. Okay, so this is simulation. This is simulation. Now, I'm just trying to targeting the second situation, and that is again a real world problem. Indian transportation condition. This is reality of India. Transportation. This is Indian scenario. If we want to reach from one point to another point with minimum time, with minimum cost, with minimum risk, and maximum quality of services of transportation, then how we can reach it? This is the problem. In India, it is very difficult to move from one point to another points in cities. Okay. This is second situation, like Bombay or Ahmedabad or any other mega cities. Okay. But nowadays, people just try to think the solution of this problem too, and the simulation-based model that they have already developed. Just see. Such kind of simulation-based model that they have developed. Okay, future transportation is like this. Out of them, one model already developed in China in 10-kilometer range. This system is exist. But you can say in this way we can avoid the transportation, several other transportation issues by using such kind of intelligent transportation. This is the simulation model that they developed by the people. But when they develop this simulation model internally, the whole mathematical structure they develop for the existing system, and then they convert in form of such kind of codes. But future transportation is like this. At here, they select a multi-objective. They targeted multi-objective with minimum cost, minimum time, minimum risk, and maximum quality service of transportation they provide. Okay. But when we targeting a mathematical structure, then you can say it is simple like that. Simple transportation problem in which we want to minimize the cost. Then this is the objective, and with this constraint, if we have to find the solution, we want to minimize the cost. Okay. When we talk about multi-objective, so minimum cost, minimum time, minimum risk, and maximum quality of services, we want to reach from one point to another point of the city, then mathematical structure is like this. Okay. And in number form, it is like that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, we are only having last 10 minutes.
Yeah, that I know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I will complete in time. No problem. So question arises that how we can reach from one point to the another point of the city under such kind of complicated transportation situation. Okay. So basically, suppose I want to reach point 1 to point 23. Point 1 to point 23. If I want to reach that point, then basically it is like network mode. It is like network. Okay. You have to convert your transportation whole system in form of such kind of modules, such kind of network mode. Even we are talking about Baroda, then you can convert Baroda in such kind of form. Then you have to collect the past data. From 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, you have to collect the past data of time. You can say time mode, or you can say cost. What will be the cost? What will be the risk between 1 to 2, and what will be the quality of services of transportation mode? So this data in form of real number 2, suppose it is fixed cost 5 rupees, real number. Sometime it is in form of interval number 2 to 5 rupees. Sometime it is in form of, you can say, fuzzy number 2. Fuzzy number 2, minimum cost is like 1, maximum cost is like 5, and you can say average cost is like 7 rupees. You can say 3 rupees. So 1 is minimum, maximum is 5, and average is 3. You can say it is trapezoidal number, or triangular fuzzy numbers. So this cost may be in form of fuzzy number, or it may be in form of real number, or it may be in form of interval number. So same thing you have to find for a time, for a risk, and for a quality. So such kind of number you have to find for this, and then you have to find optimal path, path from 1 to 23. 1 to 23. If it is interval number, at here, if I consider the interval number, this number is interval, so it is necessary for me to convert in form of single number by taking some fixed kind of transformation, so that interval number can be converted in form of, you can say, a fixed number. Okay. So this is possible by this, you can say, formula. Okay. And it is called as risk attitude parameter based formula. At here you can put different values of epsilon. This is upper value of the interval, lower value of the interval. And if you put different values of epsilon, accordingly you can generate different values of, you can say, time, cost, and all like this. Risk, quality, all. Okay. So for one value of epsilon, you can get one values of one time you will get optimal mode with different value of risk, time, cost, and quality. Second time, if you change the epsilon, accordingly you can get second optimal mode with risk, time, cost, and quality. But at the end, when you change it several times, number of times, then at the end you will get, this is the mini optimal path and this is the maximal path. This will take you minimum time, minimum cost, minimum risk, and maximum quality. And second part, this will take maximum time, maximum quality, maximum risk. Okay, yes, this will give you maximum. So by simulation you can get. I have taken this data. This is the real world problem. For real world problem, we have considered time only and generate a model for time only. Time. And when I take time only for one value of epsilon, I will get such kind of data. This is activity. That means 1 to second node time. Okay. And this is the its model minimum. I want to minimize the time. I want to minimize the time with this constraint. Constraint you can generate it easily. It is not that much of difficult. If you having knowledge of PERT and CPM, you can develop this formulation. And with different values of epsilon, you will get different time. So one will give you minimum time and one will give you maximum time. And your timing, whenever you travel between one point to another point of the city, then your maximum time will be this one, minimal time will be this one. And this will give you part 2. Okay. Now I am just trying to discuss one more problem. This will take 2 to 3 minutes. A manufacturing engineering industry project management problem. When some manufacturing industry generate, or then when they manufacture some product, then they're having fixed schedule, and this fixed schedule, from this fixed schedule with minimum time, minimum cost, maximum you can say quality, and minimum risk, they have to produce the item. They have to produce the item. So at here, one yeah. Any want to say something? Hello? Can you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me? Okay. I will take 2 to 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
So in industry, when we produce the item or industrial people produce the item, then again they having one fixed network from by using this network, they begin with the journey with the mode number 1 and they try to reach at 19. At 19, they complete the product. So in which way they can produce the item so that in optimum cost, optimum time, optimum risk, and optimum quality, they can produce the item. Okay. So here I have considered a problem, real world problem of aircraft component development. Aircraft component, how we can develop. So for that, total this much of activity, and this problem deal with the fuzzy numbers. These are the activity that activity will have to perform, and it is in form of fuzzy numbers. So it will take 2 minute maximum, minimum 6 minute maximum. This activity GCS, this will take 2 minutes minimum, 6 minute maximum, and this is average time. Similarly, cost is like that, 6, 13 and 8.67. If you are having knowledge of this fuzzy number, then you can get an idea about the number. Otherwise, you can consider real number too. There is no problem. But in real world phenomena, these are like you can say fuzzy numbers. Okay. So these are the fuzzy numbers are there, and these are the activity. When they perform all this activity, then they can develop a component. They can develop a component for an aircraft. And for that, mathematical formulation by using this network diagram, okay, when we find its mathematical formulation, that it is like that. This is the time, this is the cost, this is the quality, and this is the risk that if we want to optimize, and this is the constraint of the network. Okay, and this is fuzzy model. So fuzzy model can be converted in form of, you can say, Cripps model by taking optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. Optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. You can convert this model in form of, you can say, Cripps model, and again by using the same constraint, we can get the solution too. This is also alpha cut model. This is the code that we have generated for that diagram, and this is the actual model with the data. Minimum time, minimum cost, minimum risk, minimum quality, maximum. Sorry, it is maximum. By mistake, it is minimum. We want to maximize the quality. And these are the constraints of the aircraft problem. By using Lingo software, you can find its solution. Here we apply fuzzy programming technique. For fuzzy programming technique, For each and every objective, we find maxima value and minima value. Then we'll get a range. Okay, this is the maximum value of the objective. This is the minimum value of the objective. We are just try to find the solution in between. We find it solution 2 by using this is fuzzy programming technique model. Okay, and by Lingo software, we can get the solution. We can get the optimal path. Okay, this is the optimal path. Earlier, other one fellow have applied this technique, other technique. We have applied fuzzy programming technique and find it solution. And this is the graphical with different alpha cut. Alpha cut is like that. This will give you confidence. One fuzzy number is that you divide.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sorry, sir, but I think we need to wind up.
Okay, fine. Thank you. This is my end slide. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is the graph of that, and this is the conclusion. Mathematical and simulation modeling both are useful techniques to solve the real world problem, and both having a great potential to find the analysis of the problem. Okay. So thank you. If you have any question, you people can ask me, because I think it in 1 hour each and everything it is very difficult. But I will my best try to give you from my side. I'm just trying to show you real world problem too, as well as future direction too. Any question you can ask me.
Yeah. Audience, do you have any questions? Audience?
Any question?
Sir, there is no question. I
Okay, no problem. If you people are interested in the presentation,
So,
I
sir-
will send to you. Okay.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for such informative session. And I hope every one of us got much clarity on practical and implicative aspects. And the session was indeed connected with real world and will prove useful for all of us. I thank Jay sir on behalf of Parul University, and once again for giving us time and sharing your knowledge. Thank you for being with us, all of you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Once again.
Okay.